impressions of the game, and then we'll open it up for more questions. Go ahead.
Well, obviously I thought the start of the game, they made a lot of hustle plays. They're very physical. Their physicality was difficult for us early in the game. And they took away some things that we were trying to do offensively early. And then it became a scramble game when we're down like that. And we had the right guy scrambling with the guy to my left. Our offense kind of became Kris, dribble down and shoot it. And I thought he was going to single-handedly bring us back almost. But we fell a little short, and I tip my hat to Aquinas.
Coach, can you talk about the defensive matchup? They put Conway on Jordan Shea, a little bit bigger, longer guy, and then they put Koenig on Moses. Can you talk about that? Were you surprised by that at all?
A little bit. I thought it would have maybe been the other way around, but I don't know what Coach said. I'm sure the length. Jordan hasn't seen that kind of length this year guarding him, and so that might have been some of their thinking. I'm not sure what Coach was thinking, but we figured those two guys would be a matchup.
For both of you guys, what solace do you take in the way that you lost? Because there were moments, obviously, where it looked like it wasn't going to be as close as it was at the end, and you guys really, rallied hard. What solace do you take in the way that you lost?
I think we showed that we're a team that never quit. I told the guys, I think we're down by 17, start the fourth, and I said, don't hang your heads, because miracles do happen, and it almost did happen. So I think we showed a lot of, we're a resilient team. The last 2 years gone through a lot of adversity. I've gone through a lot of adversity with knee surgeries. So being kicked down and having to get back up, it wasn't something that was new to me. So if I can take anything away from this team, is perseverance. We have a lot of perseverance.
Yeah, I think Kris said it well. We saw some adversity today in the game, and these young men came a long ways in terms of how you stare down adversity and keep fighting and keep fighting. And I wanted, you always want your seniors to leave everything on the floor. And there's no question they left everything on the floor, and we'll hold our heads high. We're disappointed. There's no question we're very disappointed. You get that close and you have that opportunity. But these guys are champions, and I was proud of their effort.
Mitch, what was more difficult about taking on Aquinas, trying to break down through their defense that they're known for, or trying to find the matchups when they're on offense?
Boy, pick your poison. We hemmed and hawed about different ways to try and match them up. The problem with our help defense early, late in the year got pretty good. The problem with Koenig is if you help, and he's going to find people, especially off the bigs. If you help on the bigs, he's going to find them. And so we tried to play him a little more hot. In other words, straight up, and not rely on help quite as much as we typically would, which is kind of ironic. Kind of play him to score instead of to the dish. But they pose a lot of problems, and the matchup with Conway was a tough one with a size, and so we tried a couple different things as we went through, and clawed our way back, but just wasn't enough.
Coach, can I ask you specifically about Carson Schneider on the Aquinas team? He had 8 steals for them tonight. Can you talk about his hustle and the difficulty he presented to you guys?
Yeah, Carson, he was the X factor for them early, big time. We talked about right away putting Donnie Mankey back over him to match his aggressiveness and his, how physical he was playing. He was getting rebounds. He was getting loose balls. I thought he early was the difference in them, kind of extending just with his hustle plays and the loose balls he was getting too. He played a heck of a ball game, it made it very difficult. And we uncharacteristically, we had a lot of turnovers. I haven't seen a halftime we were in double figures already, and that was that's a little disappointing. But here again, players like Carson have a lot to do with that.
Kris, just looking back on the sequence of the comeback in the fourth quarter, you guys had it down to 3. You were driving in transition. You decided to pass the ball off to Garrett. Did you regret that decision at all, looking back?
I'll never know why I passed that ball. That's gonna be one of those decisions where it's gonna be like July and you're laying in bed and it's like midnight and that's gonna pop in your head and I'll be up till 3 and 4 in the morning wondering why I did that. I don't know why I did. When I came down, I remember yesterday, I was in the same position and I went straight for the layup and I got tipped and so I was thinking, okay, maybe if I jump stop, they'll jump and they'll go by me. Well, they never did, and I was anticipating them jumping. So as I up faked, I threw the pass to the guy behind me, hoping that the guy that was between us would jump, but that didn't happen. And I knew after I did that, I was like, that might be the game right there. So yeah, I'll regret that for the rest of my life.
Kris, on a little happier note, when you nailed those 2 threes, was it a situation, I am hot, all shooters seem to know, I found the rhythm, I've got it right now? What was going through your mind at that point?
That's exactly what it was. I've done this. We had a game up in Minnesota where the same thing happened, where we were down by about 20, and with about 5 minutes left, and I just got really hot where I made about 5 or 6 straight baskets. So I kind of recognized I was in kind of that rhythm, and I knew if I could get open that I'd knock it down.
Apologize if you kind of touched on this, but if you guys both talk about that run that you made, obviously you're down 19 and just you kept chipping away, and how are you guys feeling at that point? What did you feel that you guys needed to do to kind of continue to try to get yourself over the hump at that point?
Well, speaking for me, I remember there was a timeout. I don't know if it was a TV timeout or if Coach Schneider took the timeout, but I remember it was just over 2 minutes, or right around 2 minutes, and it was a 3-point ball game. And I said, boys, we're playing a 3-minute ball game or a 2-minute ball game for the state championship. It's a different game because you got to try to remember what the score is because it's a 1-possession game. And then we tried to foul. I looked up. We had no fouls as the clock went up, and we tried to get quick fouls as quick as we could just to get in bonus in case we needed to extend the game. And then all of a sudden, with 2 minutes to go, there we were, a 1-possession game. So, that's the thing I remember about the spurt. And then I remember, geez, I hope Kris keeps getting runouts and pulls up from long range. He probably, has never shot it as much as I sometimes want him to. Because when he's on, you saw what he can do. He is a fantastic shooter, and he's worked extremely hard to get to that level. So, like I said before, I thought he had one of those miracle, magical state tournament runs there, and I thought that would be quite a story. And he darn near did it. We darn near did it.
Yeah, I agree. Same thing.
Mitch, can you just talk about the role your reserves played, namely Brad Steinbach and Gable Smith, and then I guess touch on, I noticed John Hatch had his, I think, left wrist wrapped, and I think only played a minute in the second half. So I guess what sent him to the bench, and then the role that the other reserves played.
Well, Johnny took a hard. I don't know if there's a foul play on it, but he took a hard shot and fell in his wrist, and I haven't really talked to him a whole lot. He may go get it X-rayed. Our trainer looked at it and said after halftime that he was, said that he was done. As far as our reserves, Brad Steinbach has played crucial minutes for us throughout the year, and thought at some point in the game we would need his quickness defensively to give our guys rest, because you just worry about running out of gas back-to-back games, and I thought he gave tremendous effort as he has all year. Gable Smith hit a huge three-point play, had a huge three-pointer. Gable's played a lot of minutes for us early in the year, and in the tournament he hasn't got his opportunities like he did earlier in the year, but we're expecting big things from Gable next year.
I don't see any other questions. Thank you for coming in.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks.